We've got JD Davis joining us right now. And JD, listen, I want to get into what you're working on here in spring training, all that stuff. But for me, you are a fascinating guy because of what you did a season ago, bursting onto the scene the way that you did. This offseason, was it wildly different for you just in terms of notoriety, popularity, people recognizing you than it had ever been?
Oh, yeah. I couldn't say back in Oak Grove because it's just a small town. Everybody, knows everybody. But yeah, going back, making my trips back to New York, just walking the Mets putting me up near like Broadway or the 7th, and just walking around and seeing people actually recognize me and stuff like that. I've never had that treatment before, so I was kind of like double checking, looking behind me. I'm like, who's it? So it's been a wild ride of and it's New York, man. I love the people there, I love the fans there, I love the city. So it's been great.
I'm sure you didn't need that to verify what you did a season ago, but what is the level of satisfaction when you start to get that type of recognition and you take a step back and realize that all that hard work finally paid off the way that you wanted it to last year?
Yeah, you hit it right on the head. Just the work that you put in day in and day out of, grinding after tough season of going or tough stint in the big leagues and not really having anything click for you. And then to finally come on the scene and get your opportunity and just to run with it and have fun and have a great, group of guys in here around the same age as you. And just to be a part of the second half that we had, and just have some fun with the guys and being playing in the best city in all of US. It's unbelievable.
You mentioned the guys and how close you are, and I did a little sideline hit on this yesterday, but you can talk about it better than I can. I know you guys had a group chat that you kept going throughout the offseason. This group is clearly a lot closer than most groups really are.
Ooh.
Are you calling?
No, I just topped it, just barely. That was a good swing, though.
But what is it about this group? When did that happen in the season? Why are you guys as close as you are, and what is that relationship like in that clubhouse?
Yeah, we all started our relationship last year in spring training. I knew Conforto just because of the class, or the same draft class as I was. I knew Dom. He used to be represented by my agency, so we've had camps before of just staying in touch, knowing him. And then I knew Nimmo through the grapevine. I played McNeil at Long Beach State when I was at Fullerton, so I knew all of these guys at some point or ran into them. So me learning from how I was with the Astros and my personality, I was kind of the quiet guy. I was a fly on the wall. I tried to just blend in, not have any attention towards myself. So coming in here, I wasn't as happy as I was with the Astros. I wasn't really expressing myself, and I remember just coming in and just being free and loose and just wanting to at least have a relationship with these guys. And these guys had the same kind of desire as well. And so we all just, day by day after games or after practices here, we would if it was 1, 2, or 3 of us, 4, or even all 6 of us just to hang out. It was pretty special, and we just always talked about last year in spring training that we had an opportunity, or we have such a young group, and looking back at the Kansas City Royals, you look back at what Boston did, you can look back at all these teams that are farm grown, or at least have trade for young guys and build something. And so I think we were just aware of it, and we just wanted to build something for the Mets, and but that relationship was the number one thing that we all strive to have. And then everything else came on the side, just the goofing off, the cookies late night, just messing around with each other, talking smack. That all came at the end, but we love each other, we love playing for each other, and hopefully this group, or at least we can set the standard for at least the Mets for a long time.
So JD, obviously talent matters first and foremost, and the work that one puts in, but when it comes to a winning team, a winning culture, how much do you think having those friendships, having that chemistry, how much does that actually play into winning baseball?
Oh, tremendous. I've been on good teams, I've been on bad teams, and I think the biggest takeaway you can have when we were on a good team is that the chemistry or the camaraderie and the relationships that you have with the guys is is the number one thing, because first off, you're honest with each other, and you respect each other, and so when you're honest with each other, you kind of hold each other accountable. You try to push each other, and when you respect someone, you continue to come out and give it your 110% for your other teammates. So, we all believe in that. Every single guy in that clubhouse believes in that, and so we just it's the number one thing, and we try to do that. We try to be open to these young guys come up here and just hang around. I know the rule of thumb, for at least us older guys, is we can leave around the 5th or 6th inning, but at least some of us older guys we've talked about, we want to hang around and just kind of socialize with the guys on the bench, talk to them, cheer for them, and again, set the standard for us, and that just because you're a young guy up here and you're in the batter's box, it does not matter. It does not take away the fact that you're on a big league field, you're in a big league clubhouse, and you can contribute any way possible, and you're one of us.
Well, JD, it's a long spring. I know I said I'd ask you some baseball questions, but why don't we leave it at that for now? And you know what? You're just going to come back with us later on during the spring, all right?
Perfect. Sounds great.
All right. He is JD Davis. Thanks so much for the time.